Good afternoon. My name is Christopher Dreeson, and I'll be auditioning today for the role of Nostradamus in PPTOPA's production of Something Rotten. I'll be singing a song from Guys and Dolls, and I'll also be doing a monologue from a Christopher Durang play. I hope you enjoy. I got the horse right here, my name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do. This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do. I'm drinking Valentine, cause on the morning line, a guy has got his figured at 5 to 9.
But look at a bit tough, he wins it by a half, according to this here and that telegraph. Big threat, big threat. This guy calls the horse big threat. If he calls the horse big threat, this threat means the horse big threat. And just a minute, boys, I've got the beatbox noise. It says the great-grandfather of equipoise. Shoes class, shoes class. This guy says the horse shoes class. If he says the horse shoes class, shoes class. So make it a bit tough. He wins it by a half, according to this here and that telegraph. We've got the horse right here. You can stop. We used to lick postage stamps back then. Obviously, you've never heard of that. And they didn't just peel off ready-made with the sticky stuff in the back. The sticky stuff had to be triggered by your wet tongue. Oh, it took time. If you were sending out many letters, you could be licking postage stamps for 10 minutes or so. We had typewriters back then, with whiteout for corrections and carbon paper for copies. And we had telephones. And you had to dial the number by putting an index finger into a round hole representing 2 to 0. If the number was 909-9999, it could take you hours just to dial the number. We had to have patience back then. And we used to lick postage stamps. It was unpleasant, but it had to be done. And we didn't multitask. Doing one thing at a time seemed appropriate. Oh, but I guess you can sort of send a message and sort of listen to a play and sort of play your video games all at once. Well, it must be wonderful. I know I sound like a crank, but I don't like change. There are 785 television channels. You can watch the news report that matches what you already think. In the 50s, there were only 3 or 4 channels, and they were all in black and white. We didn't have child stars who grew up to be drug addicts like Lindsay Lohan. I mean, Hayley Mills, who was in the original Parrot Trap. She grew up to be a nice, sensible woman. There was no South Park. We watched Howdy Doody, starring a puppet. And then there was Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, who starring 2 more puppets and a sweet lady named Fran. We watched puppets back then. There was the Perry Como show. He was soothing. The Dinah Shore show. She was charming. The Bishop Sheen show. That came on Sunday evenings. A Catholic bishop had his own TV show. And he gave sermons on TV. We weren't Catholic, but we watched him anyway. He had sensible things to say on television. The Ed Sullivan Show. Now that came on before Bishop Sheen. And he had opera singers on, and performers from current Broadway shows. Richard Burton and Julie Andrews would sing songs from Camelot. Oh, it was wonderful. It helped theater become part of the national consciousness, which it isn't anymore. He had Senor Wences on, who had a Spanish accent and was a ventriloquist. And he painted a mouth on his fist, and he would make it speak. Hello? 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 His act lasted about 7 hours. As a child, I thought to myself, this must be what eternity feels like. And yet, that is a good concept for a child to have.